Here is a sample of the image and illustration sets that go with this particular invitational regional event. There are 2 image pages for Section A and 2 for Section B. And you can see that Section B does have some basic graphs and charts. There will be a little bit of interpretive analysis here with those questions, but there will be no C section questions and a very few B level questions. So, on the national website, under Event Supervisors, again, even another way to get the event description. As you can see, they also, yes, they have an app for that. You can download an app for smartphones and tablets and have the event descriptions that way. And down here at the bottom, you can see where they have listed our Astronomy Division C Annotated Samples State event. The invitational regional one is not posted yet. It shall be as soon as I finish writing it. So, event supervisors, how to prepare for this event, how to prepare to construct a test that is a good, fair test. First, you should go to the rules clarifications section. If you yourself have any question about the event description, about the logistics, about the parameters or the content that that is a little, maybe you think it's misleading or not really clear to you, if you go to this website under the rules clarification section, maybe other people have already asked this question and it's listed there and you can read the answer. If your question isn't up there, then that's the place to ask your question. We as event supervisors are not allowed to answer questions on our own. That would not be fair because we might give a slightly different answer to different people, or our answer might be misinterpreted. Plus, the questions go to both my co-event supervisor, Tad, and myself, and maybe one of us answers it and the other doesn't see that answer and responds and gives a slightly different answer. So please, if you have any questions about the event, please go to the rules clarification on the National Science Olympiad website. That is the place to ask your questions. So read the event description, look at the allowable resources, use the Chandra Astronomy 2015 webinar to get an idea about all of the deep sky objects and the classification of those objects and the content. There is a general discussion of every single thing in that event description in that webinar. And the PowerPoint for that webinar is posted on the American Association of Variable Star Observers website. I'll give you that URL in a second. Then you can use, of course, this webinar. You're watching this webinar now, so that will give you some ideas of what to consider for the logistics of the room, of constructing the event, of scoring the event. Then use the websites listed in the event description, because at the end of the event description it lists the websites to go to collect images and content. Use the annotated sample test to give you really specific and detailed information on how to put together the event. You might also find it useful to look at the annotated B division event, because Dusty and his group were very detailed in the annotated section of that event, and that might give you even more helpful advice than if you put that together with the annotated one for the astronomy event. And Normally, from the American Association of Variable Star Observers website, the AAVSO website, you can also download the test from prior years to use as a study guide. Students use them for guides to study for each year's event, and you could also use that as a guide to construct the 2015 event. However, that will not work this year because this is the first year for star and planet formation with exoplanets on it. However, for the 2016 competition, you could definitely go and download the 2015 one to use to prepare or to use as a resource to develop your own questions for the next event. So, going to the National Science Olympiad website and looking at all the resources that they have listed there for the event supervisors. They also will have links to the Chandra webinar and to this webinar. Going to the Chandra website where the webinar is listed, both astronomy and solar system is there for 2015, plus this state director / event supervisor presentation, as well as the one for the solar system. And going to the AAVSO website, this is where you will find the PowerPoint for both webinars will be listed here. So if you want to download those, and all prior state national competitions are listed there. And there are also other resources listed for teams and students to use as study resources. So hopefully this presentation has helped those of you who are new to this event, who have not developed this event before, or would like to have more input in how you develop your event. And thank you very much for your time and energy that you are devoting for Science Olympiad. Many, many thanks from all of us.